Happy Friday, fellow Mezconians. My name is Paige, and welcome to episode 13 of the Grub Report. So some real quick news to start off your weekend right and possibly the next week broke. Mezco sent out a charger notification email yesterday for their 112 Collective Silent Hill 2 Red Pyramid thing. Now, the charge date for this item is scheduled for this coming Monday, August 28th. I'm really looking forward to getting this in hand. I was able to mess around with this one at San Diego for a couple of hours, and one of the things that really stuck out to me was the amount of detail. There's a lot of texturing on the pyramid head sculpt. There's a lot of nice little surprises for people who are familiar with the game, and even if you're not, I think there are going to be some nice little sculpting details that you'll really get into. I have to admit, I was taken back by one of them, but not in a bad way. It was completely in a good way. I will give you a little bit of a heads up preview and say that he is double jointed and the head does come off the body, so this is a nice base for customs as well as kit bashes. Professor Pig, anyone? Summer Shred Edition, of course. Red Pyramid was priced at $100 at the time of pre-order. That's minus your $25 for your NRD, so make sure you have your funds ready and your payment method on file up to date. We'll talk about that later. Mezco also sent out a vague kind of charge and ship reminder for their 112 Collective Solomon Kane figure. This is also another figure that I got to put hands on at San Diego, and I really feel like this one is going to be in a lot of people's top 10 this year.
But why, Paige?
Let me talk to you!
This one comes with quite a few accessories, and the detailing on it is very well done. I wish I would have had a chance to put more on display, but I couldn't. The figure moves very well. The version that I mess with, it just felt really good in hand, even with the layer of clothing. It's double jointed, but one of the things that I think that is going to really get people's attention with this is the swappable face and hair feature. This is the very first time Mezco has done this. Now, this is something that you're going to see a lot of, but in different ways with future figure releases. So let me kind of paint you a picture. Imagine if you had just a square block on top and one on the face. What you're going to do is you're going to have different face plates and hairstyles, and all you do is just plug those on each one of the blocks. So it's going to give you different facial expressions, different hairstyles, which will give you multiple looks for the character. From what I remember, everything fit pretty much snugly and securely. As I said before, the figure has multiple layers of soft goods, but not to the point where it impedes the range of motion that much. So more layers, more looks. I'm really looking forward to this one and seeing what other people do with them as well. And you might not have to wait that long, because if you've ever collected this line for any amount of time, usually when they send out a charge notification and it says a few weeks, typically that means it's going to be a couple days, or at least that's the way it's been for the past few pre-orders. Personally, I would say if you get an email like this, have your funds ready, because you never know when this could be charged to your account. Like I said, sometimes it could be 2 days, sometimes it could be 3 days, it might be weeks, but you need to be ready. Mezco also did put in that email to make sure you change your payment option specifically for this offering. This is something that I've mentioned quite a few times in the past, but Mezco has confirmed it. You see little parts at the time of that offering that went up for pre-order until the time it actually got charged. There may be a little bit of a gap. Financial institutions implement security precautions to avoid your money from getting completely wiped out, even if it's to buy toys. So in order to prevent these processing errors, I would highly recommend that you go into that order specifically and update or re-enter your card information. And depending on when you're watching this video, I would say do it as soon as possible. The reason why is because it could take up to 24 to 72 hours for the information to actually stick. And the last thing that you want to do is try to put it in 2 minutes ahead of time, and then the update doesn't work. So do it now.
Do it! Do it!
Also, remember, updating your payment information is not the same thing. I made a video on this, so if you want, you can check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. I'll walk you through it step by step for not only specific orders, but there's also an option where you can change or update all of your orders. I would highly recommend that you do this, because I did this back in October of last year and I have not had a payment issue since. Remember, I'm not telling you what to do, just trying to help you out. And just in case you have a little bit of spare change left, Mezco put up their 5 Points Plus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Deluxe set today. Now, this is the 5 Points Plus line, and that means you're going to get upgraded from the 5 Points line. Now, usually, from what I understand, that includes detailed sculpting, and you also get these swappable arms that give you a variety of looks, as well as belts and additional weaponry. This did go up for pre-order today, so you have some time. Price point for this was $65, and it has an estimated release date of April 2024. There will be a link in the description below where you can purchase this from Mezco directly, or you can check out your favorite online toy retailers. I'm pretty sure they'll carry those as well. I can't really give you a lot of information on this because the ones at SDCC were prototypes. I can tell you that they, as well as the new Batman the Animated Series and the Nocturnal set, they looked really good. But it will be very interesting to see the level up for the 5 Points line in the future. So more figures added to the countdown to 30. If you're not familiar with this, it's a topic that I've talked about on the Hangout for the past few months. Right now, this year, it's shaping up to be a very good year. In terms of releases, I honestly feel that they're going to hit the 30 mark, which is about average for them. But at this rate, there's a small chance that they can hit their all-time high in terms of releases. I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. We still have 4 months left in the year, so I think that there's a pretty good chance this might happen, which again makes my heart happy, but my wallet really hates me. If you are wondering about releases and the projected date that are going to come out this calendar year and beyond, of course, I have a pre-order album that it's on my Facebook page, and it keeps you up to date with everything that's coming out. I also make a little handy dandy graphic about every quarter so you can visually see what's coming and how much potentially you might have to spend. So friendly reminder to make sure that you put some of this away now, because some of these figures that are coming out, they aren't just single offering. These are sets with like 4, or they're deluxe sets, and they have higher price points. So pick one of the crumb snatchers that was maybe bad all year, that friend that didn't call you enough, or your significant other, and just say, hey, Santa said you weren't nice this year. Or you could say, I thought we weren't doing gifts this year. Or the tried and true, I ain't got it. The beautiful thing about all 3 of these is that they work and they can be applied to any one of these people that I listed above. In all seriousness, just be prepared. Make sure that you have enough to take care of what you need to and what's important, and then set some aside for the stuff that you want to have. But in the end, just remember, they're just toys. So have fun.